Have you ever wondered about the chilling art and hidden psychology behind ignoring a woman? Stay tuned as we unravel the mysterious layers of this unsettling behavior that often goes unnoticed. Welcome to The Dark Dynamics, where we delve into the shadows of human behavior and relationships. Today, we are exploring a topic that is both intriguing and sobering: the art and dark psychology of ignoring a woman. In this video, you will discover lesser-known facts and events surrounding the act of ignoring. We will uncover the subtle nuances and powerful effects of this behavior, shedding light on its impact on individuals and relationships. Join us on this journey as we navigate the intricate web of emotions and motivations behind ignoring a woman. By the end of this video, you will gain valuable insights into this complex phenomenon and understand why it is crucial to delve deeper into its dark dynamics. Don't miss out on any detail. Make sure to watch till the end to uncover all the secrets. If you're intrigued by the complexities of human behavior, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our thought-provoking content. Welcome to The Dark Dynamics, where we shine a light on the shadows of the mind. What does ignoring mean? Let's look at what it means to ignore someone in a relationship before we talk about how to ignore a girl and the dark side of black psychology. Ignoring someone means purposely ignoring their appearance, messages, or feelings. Because of this behavior, people may feel alone, rejected, and unimportant. An important thing that people ignore can have a big effect on their mental and physical health. Because of it, some people may feel useless, insecure, and have doubts about their own abilities. The silent treatment is a common form of avoiding someone, and it can make that person feel very uncomfortable and anxious. To see how ignoring can hurt your mental health, you need to know what the effects of ignoring are. To begin to understand how complicated human relationships and interactions are, we need to be aware of the emotional and mental effects that this behavior has. Before we go any further into the complicated details of ignoring a woman, it's important to remember the huge effect that this behavior can have on people's emotions and mental health. Do not stop paying attention if you want to understand this complicated event better. Let's not talk about the dark psychology and art of avoiding a woman. Instead, let's look at the art of ignoring in romantic relationships. People often ignore others without them realizing it. For example, they might only answer briefly, avoid eye contact, or not show love. Doing these things sends a message of disinterest and disrespect, which makes the person who is being ignored feel even more alone and rejected. A common way to ignore someone is to give them the silent treatment. This can be a useful tool for managing and manipulating other people. People can show dominance and make their opponents feel scared by refusing to talk to or recognize the other person's presence. Passively aggressive behavior is the name for this kind of behavior that can make relationships more tense and stressful. Understanding the details of the art of ignoring is important for understanding how it affects the way people interact with each other. To understand how people connect with each other and the power dynamics at play, we need to shed light on these small but significant actions. As we learn more about the complicated aspects of ignoring a woman, it's important to remember that people use the skill of ignoring in many different ways to control others and change relationships. Keep an eye out for more information from us about this difficult matter. The art of avoiding a woman and the dark psychology that goes along with it are both examples of this behavior. Let's talk about how it makes people feel. Ignoring someone can have a big effect on their mental health. They may feel rejected, have doubts about themselves, and be in a lot of emotional pain. Ignoring someone can make them feel rejected and abandoned, which can lead to a sense of not being worthy and not good enough if it's not dealt with. It is possible for people to start to doubt their own worth and meaning, taking to heart the message that they are not eligible for love or attention. People often feel bad about themselves after being ignored. They may start to doubt their own skills and worth as a result of the experience. Low self-esteem and confidence can be caused by not getting enough praise and approval, which can lead to feelings of nervousness and self-criticism. One of the most common effects of being ignored is feeling uncomfortable emotionally. This often comes out as more worry, depression, and anger. Some people may feel alone and helpless when they are given the silent treatment or are treated passive-aggressively, which can make the surroundings toxic with emotional pain. It is important to have a good understanding of the psychological effects of being ignored in order to understand how much of an impact it can have on mental health and well-being. If we first recognize how this behavior makes us emotionally weak, we can start to figure out how to deal with the complicated world of human relationships and emotions. It is important to remember the emotional toll that ignoring a woman can have on people as we continue to look into the dark reasons behind this behavior. Please keep an eye out for more information about the complicated mental processes at play in this behavior. Why this is true, let's look into why people act this way, forgetting the fact that ignoring a woman is both an art form and a bad psychological trait. People may choose to ignore others for a number of reasons, such as wanting to show power, take control, or be manipulative in relationships. Because people may ignore others to show that they are more important and powerful than them, power relations play a big role in the act of ignoring and are a major factor in the act itself. They want to keep control of the relationship and use their power to get what they want by not entertaining or talking to the other person. Control is another thing that can lead to ignoring behavior, since people try to take charge of their situations and feelings to make them fit their needs. Getting a sense of control over the relationship can be done by handling disagreements, avoiding chores, or getting other people to do what you want by ignoring them. Ignoring someone is often a form of manipulation, with people doing it to get other people to do or say certain things. They can change how people around them think and act to further their own objectives by making things unclear and painful emotionally by not talking or avoiding conversation. It is important to have a good understanding of why someone would ignore you in order to understand how people behave and interact with each other. We can get a better sense of how complicated interpersonal interactions are when we look into the power dynamics, control mechanisms, and manipulative techniques that are going on below the surface. As we continue with our investigation into the shady aspects of ignoring a woman, it is important to remember the reasons behind this behavior as well as the effects it has on sexual relationships. Keep an eye out for more information about why people ignore others and how that affects their emotional ties. How women have an effect on... So that we can better understand the art and dark psychology of ignoring a woman, let's look at how this behavior really makes women feel. Because gender roles and social norms affect how women experience relationships, ignoring can have a number of effects that are unique to women. Compared to men, women are more likely to suffer more emotional and mental problems when they ignore behavior they think is wrong. Society expects women to be loving, caring, and flexible, and when they are ignored, this expectation can make them feel even more rejected and inadequate than they already do. Gender roles are a big part of why men and women persist in behaviors that ignore women. This is because traditional ideas of masculinity and femininity shape power dynamics and communication patterns in partnerships. It's possible that women are ignored more often because of traditional norms that value men being in charge and women being submissive. It's made even worse by cultural norms that put less value on women's feelings and opinions, which makes them feel invalidated and left out. When guys ignore women, it makes them feel bad. Structured unfairness and power imbalances that encourage patterns of silence and rejection can make women feel like they are being ignored. To understand the gendered forces at work in relationships, it is important to know how ignoring women has a certain effect on them. We can fight against negative stereotypes and push for more fair and polite interactions if we talk about the gender roles and social rules that lead to this behavior. Since we're going to talk more about the bad things that happen when you ignore a woman, it's important to remember how it affects her mental health and the relationships she has. Keep an eye out for more information about how ignoring behavior affects both men and women, as well as how it affects society as a whole. Since avoiding a woman is both an art and a dark psychological trait, let's look into what ways women can deal with this kind of behavior. It is important to have the strength, self-care, and communication skills to deal with being ignored in order to handle the mental complications that arise in these situations. Making time for self-care and mental health is a good piece of advice for women who are being ignored. Actively taking part in activities that promote self-love, rest, and stress relief can help people better handle the emotional upheaval that often comes with being ignored. Self-compassion and taking time for oneself are two practices that are completely important for keeping your mind and emotions in balance. Building a relationship of open contact with the person who is ignoring you is another way to deal with the situation. By being clear and firm about your feelings, concerns, and boundaries during the conversation process, you can get to the root of the problems and open the door to a peaceful resolution. If people can talk to each other clearly, they can avoid mistakes and work toward mutual respect and understanding. You might find it helpful to get help from trustworthy friends, family members, or mental health professionals in order to deal with the effects of being ignored. It can help to talk about your feelings, get advice, and hear positive feedback from other people when you're having a hard time. This process can help you feel better and give you a new viewpoint. It's important to remember that getting over being ignored takes time, self-awareness, and taking action to heal and grow. For women to deal with the emotional problems that come with being ignored with strength and resilience, they need to use coping strategies that put self-care, open communication, and help from others first. As we continue to look into the dark factors that come with ignoring a woman, it's important to remember how important it is to take care of yourself, talk to others, and ask for help in order to deal with this behavior. Keep an eye out for more information about effective ways to deal with stress and build resilience so that you can use these skills to handle the complexities of interpersonal relationships. We have delved into the intricate world of ignoring a woman, exploring its art, dark psychology, and profound impact on individuals and relationships. We have examined the subtle ways people employ to ignore others, the psychological effects it can have, the underlying motives driving this behavior, and its specific implications for women. It is crucial to recognize and address ignoring behavior in relationships, as it can lead to feelings of rejection, self-doubt, and emotional distress. By understanding the complexities of this behavior and its impact on emotional well-being, we can foster healthier communication, mutual respect, and empathy in our interactions with others. We must prioritize open communication, self-care practices, and seeking support when coping with being ignored. By cultivating resilience, assertiveness, and emotional awareness, we can navigate the challenges of being ignored with grace and strength. If you found this video insightful and thought-provoking, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, The Dark Dynamics, for more engaging content on human behavior and relationships. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more exploration into the shadows of the mind.